Hey guys, welcome back to Toy Notes with me, Kelsey. Today I am playing with National Geographic's Break Open Geodes. As a kid, I was a pretty avid rock collector. I always thought I was going to find the next big gemstone somewhere. I know you guys have heard me talk about it before, but in Michigan we have Petoskey stones, and that was one that I was always after up here because you can polish it and you can see the coral in the fossil, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, I've got National Geographic's Break Open Geodes. There's 10 of them in here, so we're going to see some really cool stuff with these rocks, and it's kind of cool how you can learn that the outside doesn't really matter, it's the inside that counts. It's kind of a double little life lesson there. This is recommended for players 8 and older due to its more scientific nature and a little bit more hands-on. To break them open, it's going to take a little muscle. So let's go ahead and get it open, and let's break open some of these beautiful geodes today. So I got you guys up closer so you can look down at all the geodes we're going to be looking at today. This is our National Geographic Break Open 10 Premium Geodes. And I'm not going to be able to do all of them, but I kind of wanted you guys to be able to see closely what this kit looks like. So opening it up, it is heavy. I will tell you that. It's super, super heavy. Everything kind of pulls out really nice, and there's a learning guide that's going to talk about the different kinds of geodes. So it talks about how geodes are formed, what they are, hot spots to find geodes, how can you spot one, the different types, and then it lists several of the different types of geodes out there. So this one's kind of cool. It's kind of educational. Now we've also got some personal protective equipment, some little safety goggles so that you don't have any flying bits of rock going in your eyes, a magnifying glass for looking at things up close, and then I believe these are going to be stands for holding the geodes in place when we try to break them open. I don't see any particular tools in here, so let's look at the instructions. So the instructions are pretty clear. They want you to wear the safety goggles when you're opening. It says there's many different ways to open a geode, but no matter how you do it, just be patient. You want it to break into large pieces, so don't just hit it as hard as you can with a hammer. Because they're often hollow, you will usually be left with a bunch of little pieces if you do this instead of two halves. The hammer chisel method. To open a geode with a hammer and a chisel, score the geode all the way around a circumference, like an equator, with a flat-faced chisel. Be very careful not to strike the chisel too hard with the hammer, and continue this process until you see a crack develop in the geode. Then follow the crack around the geode until it opens. Hit lightly at first and then strike harder until it opens. If you don't have a chisel, a hammer alone will work, though it is not as precise. The sock method. Since younger children often have trouble tapping lightly, this is a good method to use to keep rocks from flying and potentially hitting someone. Place the geode in a sock and hit it very lightly with a hammer. Because you are cushioning the geode, your chances of two neat halves are not as great with the hammer chisel method, but it's still possible. And then everything else is kind of in a different language. So I'm a little disappointed because I did not prepare for this by bringing a hammer with me. So be warned that if you buy this, it doesn't come with the kits you need to do any sort of, or any tools to actually break anything open. So I'm going to go grab a hammer and a sock, and I'm going to try doing it the sock method way. That way we can see something a little bit more practical, since not many of us have a chisel laying around. Okay, so I've got myself one of my little hammers, and I have a sock I stole of my husband's. So I picked just randomly one of the geodes. I'm going to stick it in the sock. I don't seem to be making much progress. Let me try this. If you don't have a chisel, I think I'm going to try a little screwdriver. Well, I've called Uncle. I have been at this thing for quite some time, and it doesn't even look like I've touched it. I don't have a chisel. I've tried using a regular screwdriver and my hammer and the sock trick, and I knew they'd be hard. They're rocks, but I kind of figured if it was a play set that it would be like scored or something so you could kind of have it easier. I've given up. This is almost impossible to get broken open. This is a great concept for something to do and a really nice hands-on learning activity, but it's too hard to do. It's not even fun. I'm worried that if I hit it with everything I've got, I'm going to shatter it and then I'm going to ruin the geode. So, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. I won't lie. Well, even though this one was kind of a bust, if you guys want to be here for some more fun hands-on kinds of toys and all the projected bestsellers and toy hits for the 2017 year, I'm staying up on all of that here at Toy Notes, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and check back with us at toynotes.com. I'm trying to make sure you guys know all about the toy trends before they're even trends. That way you know all about them and you can get the most bang for your buck. So next time, guys,